Now let's talk about multiplying binary numbers. So let's say if we wanted to multiply 101 by 11. How can we do so? Well, let's see what the answer is going to be if we convert this into its decimal equivalent. So this is going to be, this has a column value of 1, 2, and 4. So 101 is basically 4 plus 1, which has a decimal value of 5. And the binary number 11, it's going to be 2 plus 1, as we can see here, which is 3. And so we're really multiplying 5 by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. And so let's see if we'll get that answer. Now, the way in which you would multiply two binary numbers is very similar to how you would multiply two numbers by hand. So first we need to do 1 times 1, which is 1. And then we're going to multiply the 1 by the 0. 1 times 0 is 0. And then it's going to be 1 times 1, which is, that is multiplying these two ones. 1 times 1 is 1. Now to go to the next row, add a 0. And then we're going to multiply 1 times 1, which is 1. 1 times 0 is 0. And then 1 times 1 is 1. So here's a quick trick that you can look at. So if this is a 1, you're going to get these exact three numbers. As you can see, 1, 0, 1. So when we multiply 1 by these three numbers, we're going to get exactly those three numbers. So if you're multiplying 1 by something, you get those numbers. If you multiply 0 by something, you get 0. Now we need to add. So let's add these two rows. 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. And then this we could bring down to 1. So let's separate this into columns. And let's confirm that our answer indeed has a value of 15. So this column has a value of 1, and then 2, 4, and 8. So we have a 1 for each column. So this is 8 plus 4, which is 12, plus 2, that's 14, plus 1, 15. So the binary number 1111 corresponds to the decimal value of 15. So this process works. Let's work on another example. So this time, we're going to multiply a binary number with 3 digits by another binary number with 3 digits as well. So go ahead and pause the video and work this out on paper if you want to. So here we're going to multiply 1 by 110. So it will give us the same result, 110. Next, we need to add a 0 to access the next row. And so we're going to multiply 0 by what we see here. 0 times 110 is just going to be 0. So if you did 0 times 0, you're going to get 0. And then if you did 0 times 1, you'll still get 0. And then if you multiply 1 times 0 again, that will give you 0. So whenever you have a 0 here, just basically fill this row with zeros. Now for the next one, we need to add 2 zeros. And then we're going to multiply 1 by 110. And so we're going to get 110. So 110. As you can see, these two are the same. And so after a while, you can quickly do these. Now let's add up these three rows. So this is going to be 0. 1 plus 0 plus 0, that's 1. So this is going to be the same. And then 0 plus 1 is 1. And then this is 1. So now let's check the answer. So this is going to be 1, 2, 4, 8, and the last one 16. So this is going to be 4 plus 2, which is 6. And this is 4 plus 1, which is 5. And 6 times 5 is 30. So here we have 16 plus 8, that's 24, plus 4, that's 28, plus 2, that's 30. And so this is indeed the right answer. 11110. Now let's try an example where we have a 4-digit binary number, and let's multiply by a 3-digit binary number. So here we have a 0, and we're going to multiply by these 4 numbers, and so that's going to give us 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to go to the next row, we need to add another 0. And so 0 times these 4 numbers will give us 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to go to the next row, add 2 zeros, and then we're going to multiply 1 by the numbers that we see there. So we're going to get these 4 numbers. So writing it from right to left, it's going to be 0, 1, 0, 1. So make sure what you have here is the same. So now let's add. So this is going to be 0, and then 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. It's always good to check your answer to make sure that you did everything correctly. So let's go ahead and do that now. So the first column has a value of 1, and the second is going to be 2, and then 4, 8, 16, 32. So the binary number 1010 has a value of 8 plus 2, which is 10. And then for the next one, the value for that is 4. 10 times 4 is 40. Now we have a 1 in the column that corresponds to 32, and another one for the column that corresponds to 8. So 32 plus 8 is 40. And so therefore this is the right answer. Let's work on another example. Let's multiply 2 binary numbers with 4 digits each. So here we have a 0, and we're going to multiply by 4 numbers, and so that is going to give us 4 zeros. Now let's add a 0 to move on to the next row. So here we have a 1, and we're going to multiply by 1001, and so that will give us 1001. Now, for the next row, we need to add 2 zeros, and we're multiplying 0 by these 4 numbers, and so that's going to give us 4 zeros. For the last one, we need to add 3 zeros to get to this row, and we're going to multiply 1 by 1001, and so that's going to give us 1001. Now let's add up everything. So the first column only has zeros, so that's going to be 0, and then 0 plus 1 plus 2 zeros is just 1. This is going to be 0, and then 1, 1, 0, 1. And that's it. That's how you can multiply 2 binary numbers. So let's go ahead and convert these into decimal numbers. So this is going to be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and for this column, 64. So here we have 8 plus 1, which is 9,